Cheryl Hines found herself in the hot seat during a recent appearance on The View, facing tough questions about her husband, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. It was a tense interview that laid bare the divisions surrounding Kennedy's political stances and the controversies he stirred. But how did this all unfold? Let's dive in. Hines' appearance was initially meant to promote her new book, Unscripted. The conversation began with a light-hearted question about how she met Kennedy. She gushed about how he was completely different from anyone she had ever met. But this was the last moment of ease in the interview. The atmosphere shifted dramatically when the co-hosts, particularly Sonny Hostin, began grilling Hines about Kennedy's controversial views and actions. They questioned his decision to align with Donald Trump and his stance on vaccines and medical treatments. Hines, often stumbling over her words, attempted to defend her husband, emphasizing that she wasn't a political person. Hines' support for Kennedy has drawn significant criticism, leading to online backlash and industry disapproval. Despite this, she has remained by his side, seemingly keeping her personal opinions about his moves private. However, on The View, she echoed some of the views that his critics find most problematic. One of the most contentious points was Kennedy's skepticism about vaccines and his views on Tylenol during pregnancy. Alyssa Farah Griffin, a former Trump aide, asked Hines about women's anxieties regarding conflicting advice from doctors and public health professionals. Hines' response, which included the advice to consult a doctor, was immediately challenged by the fact that Trump had specifically advised against taking Tylenol. But here's where it gets controversial. Hines also defended Kennedy's views on vaccinations, suggesting that parents' concerns about vaccine side effects should be listened to. She also stated that both Trump and Kennedy Jr. want access to vaccines, further fueling the debate. Joy Behar pointed out the core issue. Kennedy and Trump's statements cast doubt on vaccine efficacy, causing anxiety among Americans. Hostin then escalated the critique, arguing that Kennedy was the least qualified person to be the Department of Health and Human Services head in history. Hines countered by pointing out that one of Obama's appointees was an economist. The tension escalated further when Hines disagreed with the characterization of her husband's medical theories as misinformation. The hosts then brought up Kennedy's controversial claims, such as his linking of circumcision to autism. And this is the part most people miss. Hines then brought up the idea that medical experts have also been wrong about COVID-19 information. The interview ended with a final, shocking question from Behar. Does he or does he not have a brainworm? Hines confirmed that he did, but it was dead. Goldberg ended the interview by thanking Hines for coming on the show and answering difficult questions. This interview highlights the challenges of navigating differing opinions in the public eye. What do you think about the questions asked and the responses given? Do you agree with the host's critiques of Kennedy, or do you believe Hines was justified in defending her husband? Share your thoughts in the comments below.